And we are live on the CST Coney Phone tonight, coming at you. FC Cincinnati leading the Richmond Kickers 3-1 in the second half. Currently in a weather delay down in Richmond. We are glad you are with us. Boston Razzle Dazzle Brazzle himself joining me here on the Coney Phone. First time for you, I think, making a Coney Phone appearance other than calling in, Boston. But you've been live tweeting tonight for us here at CST. You've been watching the match. I mean, if it isn't any more clear that Manu Ledesma is the USL MVP, I don't know what else is.
Yeah, I think he needed the Olympico just to seal it, because 15 goals, 15 assists wasn't enough. And what is he up to? 16 now, tying a Coley. So he's got a few more games to break the all-time FC Cincinnati record. And Coley was MVP, wasn't he?
That's right. The year that Sean Coley scored the 16 goals, he won the USL MVP. A lot of folks that year thought that Coley scored a lot of his goals on penalty kicks. That is, I guess we could argue that another time. He still won the league MVP that year. But tonight, Ledesma with a couple of goals. The first goal coming from Naz Abadawi, a gentleman you spoke about last night at our live show at Buffalo Wings and Rings as somebody who's going to be very important to this team going forward in the postseason. And bang, right off the bat, he gets a goal.
Yeah, how about that? I think I'm a psychic. So Blake Smith's going to score a goal. Forrest Lasso's going to score a goal. Pacanante's going to score a goal. Lasce's going to score a goal. Here we go. If I name every player, then I'll just set them all up for success.
We're in the process of getting the phone lines up and running, so bear with us here for just a few moments. But so while I do that, boss, why don't you kind of fill me in on your thoughts on the match as a whole right now?
Well, the match was immediately started off exactly as I think most FC Cincinnati fans thought. FC Cincinnati comes out. I think Bone had a shot the first 30 seconds. He wants another one. He's got 3 game winners, and he wanted a game starter. So Bone gets out there, real fiery tonight, and Nazmi Al-Badawi, who scored the first goal, and really just a great shot. No, I've been waiting for him to get open and take that shot. He's not a high shot taker. He's the player that only takes the shots that he feels like generate a chance, and we've seen that where he's got over 50% shots on goal accuracy conversion. So a great job by him. And then it was the Manu show after Richmond equalized, which sank our hearts just a moment, but Emmanuel Ledesma comes back, scores an Olympico, and piles a brace on in the first half with a just absolutely lovely sitter that curled. And we're used to seeing those now. If you leave Emmanuel Ledesma open that long, you will pay the price.
Yeah, absolutely. Get in touch with us here on the Coney Phone, 513-399-KICK. That is 513-399-KICK. As we mentioned, FC Cincinnati and Richmond currently in a second-half weather delay. Sources tell me, my source being Boston Brazil, that they were in the 59th minute when that occurred. As soon as the weather delay happened, I immediately sprinted down here to get this thing fired up. So we're in the 59th minute. You have to get to 70 minutes for this to be an official match. Hopefully the weather cooperates for them down in Richmond tonight, so that they can get this game in. They don't have to make another trip back down to Richmond to finish it. But so far, right now, we have to wait at least a minimum of 30 minutes. That probably happened about, I would say, 10 minutes ago. So we've got another 20 minutes or so before things could kick off there in Richmond. So as we wait for the weather delay to hopefully commence, we want to hear from you. 513-399-KICK, 513-399-KICK. Have your chance to speak about Manu Ledesma, his Olympico tonight, his fantastic goal. The second goal was equally as brilliant, and just to talk about the play as a whole. One thing I think FC Cincinnati fans watching this match tonight, Boston, are probably sitting back thinking to themselves, yes, it's great that they have 3 goals, but really they conceded a really bad goal and probably should have conceded really 2 bad goals.
Well, let's talk about the one they conceded. We saw that FC Cincinnati's back line was playing really high up today. In fact, they were going to sort of play the game where almost always Richmond's players are going to be called offsides if you don't time it right. And if they are onside, they're going to beat you bad. And it was an interesting move. We don't see FC Cincinnati play that style of defense very often, but I think that it was more in line with the possession and attack-based soccer that Koch's long that got the 3 goals in a half. But yeah, we saw them get burnt once, and they got super lucky before that Richmond goal. Richmond came down and just missed. It was 1-on-1, and they missed. And then when they had the next 1-on-1 chance, we saw Evan Newton was unable to work his magic. And so that's all it was. It was simply a defensive strategy, and Hoyt got caught keeping the player on side. And on the first one, it was Blake Smith. So if you're going to play that style of game, I'm fine with it. But the back line has to be in sync. They've got to be communicating, or you will give up a goal or two.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And really, if you think about it, Boston, for as well as this team has played over this stretch, especially in the winning streak portion of the 19 unbeaten, I'm surprised at how much they've conceded. We saw them give up 3 against Toronto FC 2. We saw them give up a goal against Penn FC. Richmond came into tonight's game having only scored 25 goals all season long. And the fact that they had 2 really good chances there in the first half was a little disappointing. Now, I know a lot of that has to look, when you're winning like they are and scoring goals like they are, maybe you're a little bit more prone to concede. But I think as we watched that match and we saw that first half and the way just the body language of Alan Koch there on the sideline, he didn't look all that happy.
Yeah, you don't want to give up goals, but Alan was playing a risky strategy tonight. If you're going to give up goals, that's how. You saw Richmond shooting balls over the top and trying to launch those men forward on the counter. And we're playing a more risky defense tonight, and I don't fault it. It resulted in 3 goals. It's the right strategy. Yes, you gave. Oh no, it's Richmond. They're a terrible defensive team, terrible offensive team. You gave them, a goal. It's not a big deal. It's all part of the strategy tonight. And while Allen and Evan Newton, of course, both want to see clean sheets, if you give up 1 for every 3 you score, I'm cool.
Yeah,
go for it.
Yeah, I'm secretly hoping they get these final 10 minutes in and the weather strikes again and it finishes at 3-1. Hashtag Growler Cup. Anyway, we want to hear from you here on the Coney Phone, 513-399-KICK, 513-399-KICK. We've got phone lines open, so get in touch with us. Let's go to the Coney Phone. Let's welcome in a caller. Hi, welcome to CST's Coney Phone. We have no idea. I can't hear anybody.
Do we have a full bar there? Is that what's going on?
Who are we speaking with? Well, we just heard a couple F-bombs, so that's fantastic. I think we're going to be...
Yeah.
And they're done. All right. Anyway.
Yeah. Call back in a quieter environment.
513-399-KICK. Get in touch with us. We want to hear from you tonight. What are your thoughts on the Ledesma Olympico? What are your thoughts on his second goal? Let's talk about a little bit, too. It started off really well for FC Cincinnati. About the first 3 or 4 minutes, Boston, Corbin Bone had a clear-cut chance. I thought the ball actually went in the net because of the camera angle. It didn't go in. He also had another shot go off the post. Welshman's had a couple of opportunities. Had a header inside the 6 that he sailed high. He blasted the Richmond goalkeeper in the face, which cannot believe he's still in the match for as hard of a shot he took. Offensively, they've been fantastic.
Yeah. FC Cincinnati's put on an offensive clinic tonight. The only thing I think that you would want a little bit more of in this clinic is goals. I know they have 3, so it's hard to complain. But I mean, when FC Cincinnati had 1, I think I saw either you or Brian Weigel say, "Whoa, we should already have at least 2, probably 3 by now," because there's been one-on-one looks that we've missed tonight. There's been 2-on-1 looks. I think one of those. It's definitely a moment that we could have a lot more, and then Richmond could also have 1 more, in my opinion.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna give this another try. It's the same folks calling in. I don't know how this is gonna go. Hello, you're live on CST. Who's this? Okay, we're gonna hang up. Oh, it wouldn't be the Coney phone without some funny moments.
This is why the Coney phone is awesome, because it goes out. It's totally random, no pre-planning. I love it. I didn't
even know there was supposed to be weather tonight. And about 10 minutes ago, Brian tells us severe weather in the area of Richmond. And at that point, the Coney phone never even crossed my mind. So,
were you totally shocked though when they came back from halftime and it looked like it was 5 shades darker than when they left? It's just
I honestly didn't even notice it. So.
Yeah, when they came back, I was like, "Whoa, what happened?" Look, Tommy G screwed with the lighting.
Oh man, we did see a couple of we'll call them incidents there in the first half, even in the second half. Ledesma picking up a yellow card, Alashi picking up a yellow card. As far as the accumulations go, I'm not sure where we all stand there. I know we'll have a full report after the match here at Cincinnati Soccer Talk, but go ahead, Boston.
Well, I think that's Alashi's second, so he's fine. I believe Manu is now 1 away from his 3rd suspension. So it's all a matter of when he wants to pick that up. Everything resets when you hit the playoffs, so no danger there. But he's probably going to pick up that 3rd suspension since he's almost always good for a card a game.
Yeah. All right, now the phone lines are blowing up. There we go. Let's welcome in some callers to the show. Area code 513. Hi, who's this?
Hi, this is Ryan, but I go by the name of Twisted Bulldog.
Well, hello, Twisted Bulldog. How are you?
In the Discord. Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. What's on your mind tonight?
Well, I just wanted to compliment that one of you has the Discord scarf hanging up, but I only see one there. I'm kind of disappointed.
Yeah, it's a work in progress, Twisted Bulldog. I'm very glad to see Boston has his hanging up proudly behind him. In a rush to get down here for the show, my scarf is on the couch upstairs. I was wearing it proudly during the match, so I do apologize for that. But it will be hanging proudly in the studio. We didn't have the show. I wasn't in studio last night because the guys were at Buffalo Wings and Rings. I thought I had another week to get the scarf hung up, and I was sadly mistaken.
So you're still in the wearing it stage, because once they hit my wall, I rarely wear them again.
Yeah, I'm still. I'll admit I go to bed with it on. What can I say? So, Twisted Bulldog, what's on your mind?
Not a whole lot, honestly. Just kind of chilling right now.
So
I'm up at college, so I'm taking a study break.
Have you been watching the game 3-1?
I have.
All right. What are your thoughts? Is the 1 goal from Richmond? You okay with that because we're up 3, or was it a complete error?
I was not okay with it at the time. Kind of wondering where our defense was on that. But it's not terrible now that we're up 2. So, and both of Ledesma's goals have been fantastic.
No.
Yeah, I don't even know if anyone else in the USL could do back-to-back goals like that.
Yeah. No way.
Yeah, he's playing really well. And Ryan, I apologize for not having the scarf up. You have my word. It will be hanging proudly behind me by Monday. I promise.
All right. All right.
All right. Well, thank you for calling. We appreciate it.
Yep, nice talking.
That's Twisted Bulldog from the FC Cincy Discord here on the Coney phone. Let's go back to the phones and welcome in area code 859. Hi, who's this?
Yo, this back telling me I got disconnected twice because my phone was messing up, but I got somebody else's phone. We up here on the 2nd floor, Molly Malone, wilding out, all pissed off because of this weather delay. Hey, let me ask y'all a question. Why can't we play soccer in the rain, though? Huh? Coney Phone, tell me.
I don't think it's a rain issue. I think it's a lightning issue.
Hey, tell me why we can't play soccer in the rain. The ball still rolls, right? I'm here 4 drinks deep. I paid my money. I'm an American. We out here in Richmond, and they can't even put people in the stadium and keep playing soccer. I got all these passes up on the 2nd floor. They ready to watch soccer. They watching Let Their Ass for Son drop 2 on they punch. But I'm going to keep it PG to y'all. and they can't even continue the game. What's going on with that, man?
Oh, is it the rain?
That?
I don't think the rain is the issue.
Two,
I think it's
one of the Waggles. Give me an answer to that.
No, I think it's a lightning issue, buddy.
Lightning? Man, come on. We got electricity running through all the balls. We worried about lightning hitting a ball. Man, these players cost millions of dollars. They're worried about lightning. That don't even make no sense, man.
Oh, well. So you're at Molly Malone's tonight.
Yes, we are, actually. The Pride is at Molly Malone's on the second floor. We chose to combine our open meeting for the exec board with a watch party on the second floor and thought that combining midweek events was a salubrious way to disseminate information. Nicey lying forever. Hey, is that Trying to wild it out. Tony's trying to wild out. He all hopped up on that Dr. Pepper. You know, he don't drink because he's responsible. He got 2 kids. You know, it's Wednesday. But he wilding out, all right? Get this guy to calm down. CFT, show him how it's done. Come on, man. Give me some of that analysis.
All right, well, we appreciate the call. We've got
seriously though, Ledesma's Olympiaco, is that how the name of the club? Whatever.
Yeah, pretty close.
Ledesma's goal was beautiful.
All right, hey, quick question.
I actually do have a practical question.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right, my quick question. Okoli's 16 or now Ledesma's 16? Which season you take?
You know, honestly, I think Ledesma, because the club has actually played more as a unit this time. You know, I will never discredit Okoli's contribution to this club. Obviously, that first goal was incredibly impactful to what the club became. You know, you convinced a lot of Cincinnatians that with that scissor kick goal, that soccer was something special in this city. But that Ledesma, though, man, that dude be creating. That dude be hating. Did you see that L he put up on his forehead after he saw this? Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, he's been playing fantastic. He's the MVP. There's no question. I mean, there's not even a doubt that he's the MVP of the league. Well, we appreciate you calling in. Tell everybody there at Malone's that we're happy that you're tuned in and you're having fun, and go FCC, brother.
Yes, sir. We will tell the Pride on the second floor of Molly that we're having a good time. I'm staring here at Darren Russell. He is always up in the front going 90 minutes plus. I'm going to tell y'all on the Coney Phone, CFT, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Nick Soberly. I appreciate you, Boston Razzle Dazzle. I appreciate all of you. Have a great night.
You too.
Appreciate y'all.
Oh.
Let's get this 3 points. Let's wrap this up. Click this ball. Real Smith.
See you, buddy. That's fantastic. I think we've got somebody's giving Bill Grandisto a run for his money.
Yeah, that was like split personalities. You had like the Coley personality and the Ledesma personality.
Yeah, and then he went into the Pride exec board personality. Yeah, that was impressive. Let's go back to the phones. I mean, the lines are lighting up now, Boston. Area code 513. Hi, who's this?
This is your buddy Tommy G.
Hey, Tommy G. How are you?
I'm in the broadcast booth with Kevin. We were just trying to figure out what the heck was going on with that last call, so I figured, might as well just go right to the source.
Oh man, I don't know. He was having fun, Tom. What can we say?
That was something.
Yes. Speaking of something, Tom, how about this Manu Ledesma character?
That guy's decent, huh?
A little bit.
He can play a little bit of the football.
Yeah.
He's Kev likes that. Kev agrees. He can play some football. I think that our friends down in Florida at the USL are engraving the MVP award right now. And I mean, we talked about during the first half, Alan Koch should hands down be Coach of the Year, and obviously we're 32 minutes away right now from locking up that regular season championship. But Manu Ledesma, I mean, tonight has just epitomized what he has done all season.
I got to ask because, obviously, this stretch has been tremendous for FC Cincinnati. 19 unbeaten, on the path to 9 in a row. But are you concerned at all about the amount of goals they've conceded of late? Especially the one tonight.
Well, the one tonight, they got back and Richmond has created a couple opportunities.
Yeah.
concerned. I wouldn't say that I'm concerned, but I think it's a good point for them to, keep their focus as they head down this home stretch. That some of the goals they've conceded, are preventable. And I think Al knows that. I think the goalkeepers and the back line will be the first people to tell you that. So I think it's just something to keep an eye on and continue to work on down the home stretch.
Hey, Tommy, you're there, right? Or are you in Cincinnati, or you got an eye on the weather situation?
The rain is pouring down. There is lightning, and the clock keeps being reset. So we hope to be back with you soon.
Okay.
Right.
I don't know when that's going to be.
We here at Cincinnati Soccer Talk only listen to the Tommy G and Kevin McGlosky stream. We have no idea what's we have no idea what's going on over at ESPN. But I did notice. Of mine.
Go on. I'm sorry, I was interrupting.
Oh, sorry. I said we have no idea what's going over on the ESPN stream, but we did notice on your stream at one point you zoomed in on the Red Army, and we saw a shirtless man. Is this clothing optional down there?
Well, to be fair, the camera feeds are the same on both broadcasts.
Okay.
So that is those are Richmond camera operators. So
you can't
we
push
don't get to
something in
pick
your ear
necessarily some of those shots. So the topless Richmond supporter, we did not pick that shot.
Sure. I got to ask this question too, Tom. I'll be honest.
Fire away. We got nothing but time right now.
Obviously I live here in Toledo, Ohio. I would love to be down in the Queen City to be able to listen to your broadcasts. So when the home matches are on, the ESPN 3, I hear you guys. I am very jealous of my Cincinnati friends because a night like tonight I've got, and this is no slouch to Mike Watts and Devin Kerr. Those guys do a great job, but I want to hear Tommy and Kevin. How do I make this happen without having to move to Cincy?
Well, that's a good question. It maybe a really high-powered antenna to get the local station signal in Toledo. I don't know if that is even possible. The good news is that Saturday is back at home.
Yes.
And then the 2 road games, I don't know that I can come up with a solution in time for those 2 road games for you to get our call in Toledo.
Yeah.
But then after that, it's all us the rest of the way.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm guessing you're going to be here for a couple of those.
I'm going to be there for sure on the 20th. And actually the 27th. My son has a soccer tournament in Westchester that weekend, so I'll be down for both of those.
Well, that's convenient.
Yeah. Very, very lucky.
There you go. It'll be unfortunate if you have to miss any of his afternoon games, but that's
yeah, he'll understand.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I don't want to keep you anymore because I know you and Kev are really, really busy. You're doing.
We got to order some food or something. Kevin's getting hungry. I haven't made a joke about Kevin's eating habits in a while on air, so I'll give you guys that honor.
Well, is there a Skyline nearby? I mean, hey, it's a Coney Phone.
I haven't looked into it yet. I'm probably going to pull up Uber Eats and see what can be delivered to our booth.
Fantastic stuff.
Because we're getting hungry, and we haven't got an update here in a little bit. So I'm going to go try to find an update.
Awesome.
I got to feed the bear, keep him happy, and then we'll go from there.
Fantastic stuff. Tom, appreciate you calling in. You guys are the best, and best of luck for this final 30 or so minutes tonight.
Yeah, hopefully we can get it in real soon. Be good, guys.
All right. Thanks, Tommy.
Subs, I heard the slogan today, burnt down Skyline is better than brand new Gold Star.
Yeah, I saw somebody actually sent me a news report today about a Skyline in Fairfield burning down. That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. I predict everyone in Fairfield has to move and go somewhere for at least book a hotel.
Yeah,
get to another part of town for a little while until they can get a chance to rebuild.
Glad to hear from Tommy G and Kev tonight. That was pretty cool. I like that they call in during Coney phones. We still got phone lines open. 513-399-KICK, 513-399-KICK. Let's go back to the phones and welcome in another caller from 513. Hi, who's this?
Hey, this is Brad. How you guys doing, Subs, Boston?
Brad, how are you tonight, buddy?
Hey.
Hey, hey, I got a quick solution for you wanting to catch Tommy G and Kevin M's feed for the last few away games. It's clear he has your number, or at least he has the number to the Coney phone line. Just have him put it on speakerphone throughout the broadcast, and then mute your television. How's that sound?
That is interesting.
There you go, Brad. That's a little easier, I think, than my solution, which was buy a car.
Yeah. That's going to be tough. That is going to be tough. So what's on your mind tonight, Brad?
Hey, so glad to be here on the Coney phone. You know, it was actually was going to call out Tommy G here right before he called in, actually. So I don't know if you guys caught it, but on his broadcast, Tommy G actually made a little nod to the fans. It looks like they're coming. They're broadcasting there from the sideline, and you can see in the first half Justin Hoyt coming down the right hand, and you can see Justin Hoyt's hands waving. Tommy, I don't know if you guys caught this, but Tommy made a little nod to the fans of the Hoyt's Open.
Did he really?
And what I noticed, yeah, he did.
Hoyt's always open.
Yeah, and what I noticed was, whether it was coming through the midfield, mostly through Fataya Lashe, but when we got Hoyt the ball down on the right-hand side, obviously that opens things up. That gives another option for Ledesma on the right-hand side. But I don't know if you guys could tell, but I really think Justin Hoyt is punting for that first goal of the season. I tell you what, the run he's making in on that right-hand side, every time he gets the ball for a give and go. And I think Kevin McCloskey said he's going to get it at home, but I think we're all just pulling for that as much as we are for the championship, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I was actually kind of secretly hoping that, that there was a penalty kick tonight, and they'll just let Hoyt take the kick. Why not? Just let him take it.
There was one play where Hoyt passed the ball, drives into the box, and he sits in there and he waits for it. And he waits for it until he remembers, oh, yeah, I'm a defender. I haven't got this ball yet. I'm going to have to go back. Yeah. And so the whole time I'm yelling at my TV, pass it to Hoyt. I don't know if he's open this time, but pass it to Hoyt.
Yes, he is open. I think he's still open right now.
He's on the right-hand side of the locker room just waving his arms.
That's funny. Well, Brad, we appreciate you calling in. Thanks for holding an eye here on the Coney phone. Don't be a stranger.
Not a problem, guys. Good to talk to you. See ya.
It's Brad on the Coney phone, 513-399-KICK. Get in touch. We've got phone lines open. We're going to try and get an update on the weather delay. As of right now, we don't have any word as to when this match is going to start back up. Hopefully it does resume tonight. They only need to get to the 70th minute for this to be an official match. You'd like for them to play the full 90 if at all possible. Most likely, I think they're going to get this thing finished tonight. With such a short amount of time left in this season, FC Cincinnati doesn't really want to make a trip back down to Richmond. So hopefully this weather system clears out, at least the severe part of it. Hopefully the field is in good enough condition that it can withstand all the water so that they can get this match going forward. While we do that, we're going to take a look at some scores from around the USL. Last we checked, I believe Indy was leading Tampa in Indy, Boston. I think it was 1-0 at that point. We'll have to check and see. We're going to get some scores, though, and give you an update here.
And Indy's got that one's 2-0. Let's see here.
You went completely robotic on me. Oh, are you back? You there? Oh, hello?
Hello.
Ooh, yeah, we're having some internet gremlins with you there, Boston. All right, full time. Indy has knocked off the Tampa Bay Rowdies 2-0 tonight. That is a big dent in the Tampa Bay Rowdies' playoff chances. That is a big boost for Indy 11's playoff chances, so they win 2-0. Tonight, Nashville 2-0 winners over Atlanta United 2. Tucker Hume, Big Bird, getting a goal, although he may have injured himself on the celebration, according to our own Rob Pierce there. The Ottawa Fury, they are also battling for a playoff spot. They win tonight 1-0 over Toronto FC 2. That match is full-time. And last but not least, the Charleston Battery, a team that will be I'm sure they're going to be making some noise here in the upcoming postseason. They win 2-0 over North Carolina FC 2. So those are your scores from around the USL tonight. If you want to get in touch with us, 513-399-KICK, 513-399-KICK. We've got phone lines open, so get in touch with us. Let's go back to the phones. Welcome in area code 513. Hi, who's this?
Hey, this is Matt. long-time listener or long-time caller, first-time listener.
Fantastic, Matt. What's on your mind?
I have a couple of questions. First question is looks like we're going to win tonight. Let's hope that we can get this all done. When do we start setting, really stop the rotation and really start setting in the playoff, starting 11 or starting 18? Do we start doing that at Indy, or do we just rotate a couple, or do we wait till the last game of the season before we start doing that? And second, who do you most likely see as the eighth place opponent on the 20th?
Ooh, that's a tough one. As far as the roster goes, man, that's tough because I think secretly, he won't admit it, but I think secretly Koch wants to keep winning games, and what he's doing now is working. So if it's not broken, don't fix it kind of thing. Because he's got guys who have shown they can play. We saw Tyler Gibson the other night. Finally got his first full 90, played really well. Alashe, he's come in from San Jose. He's been banged up a couple of times. Obviously we know what we've got in Mike LaHood. From the center backs position standpoint, I think we know our three. You could plug in Patty, Deco, and Forrest in any match. Honestly, I don't know how much rotation there will be. I think you could probably book Fernando Adi being the forward come playoff time. I could be mistaken on that. And of course, we say all this now, Boston, but, Alan Koch can do something completely different. I thought for sure tonight Addy would get to start because they're playing on a grass pitch. It made such a big deal about the artificial surface. He's playing on a grass pitch tonight. Now we're not going to see him at all.
Well, we were going to see him, I think. Had we made it to the 70th minute and went, go to 90, we just weren't going to see him start tonight. But I think you're right. In the playoffs, we're going to see Audie used either in a sub form or a starting form. And
whoa, way to go out on a limb there.
I know, right? Hot take. But here's my take.
Wait,
though.
are
I
you
actually
sure
don't
he's going to
think...
be in the starting 18?
Yeah. I think that tonight's lineup is actually a pretty close to what you're going to see in the playoffs. And I actually will predict that we have a different lineup every playoff game that we go to. So Allen just rotates and it works. And we're on this streak because of that. We've probably we should figure that out. How many rotations we've had in this streak? Because I bet it's over 5 or 6.
Yeah. As far as who we want to see, man, I think it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough out no matter what. I mean, look, the organization has not won a first-round playoff game yet. Obviously, they've never been the 1 seed either, but they were the 3 seed a couple years ago and struggled at home there at Nippert against the Battery.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I don't care who they play in that first-round matchup. I just want them to get past that first-round matchup. Obviously, I want them to win more than that, but I don't care who the opponent is. Just win a playoff game. Like, just get over that hump.
Well, it was a little more cloudy earlier today, but now I feel like we can almost safely say that Tampa's gone with their loss to Indy today. Charlotte's probably gone as well. I think they have a game to play still, but they'd be in the same boat as Tampa. So realistically, I think we're looking at Ottawa, Nashville, New York, and North Carolina. We will play one of those 4 teams.
And I'll say this. I don't want to play Nashville because we're going to end the year with Nashville. That's who I don't want to see back-to-back weeks. Right?
If we beat Nashville in that last game, I think there's a really good chance we play them. If they win, I think they would go up.
Yeah. But the other team that worries me, Boston, the Ottawa Fury. I know they're not scary offensively, but defensively, they are fantastic. Their keeper leads the league in clean sheets. He's doing a fantastic job there between the pipes. We caught them early in the year there at Ottawa when they were really struggling, but they've gotten, I would say they've improved over the year. And defensively, they're pretty stout. So those are 2 teams I would be concerned about. For me, I don't want to see Nashville, mainly because we've drawn them twice this year. When we went down to Nashville back in June, it wasn't pretty. They came to Cincinnati, and for almost 90 minutes, we kind of struggled with them. And Gary Smith did a really good job of taking out Ledesma in both of those matches. He knows how to defend this group. So that would be one I'd be concerned with.
The main concern is with the rotation is that I think our midfield play is lacking. I think that's why we're giving up more goals. It's not so much the back four. I think it's the midfield play. There seems like every game there's been one or two kind of bonehead passes, or they're just kicking the ball back and forth without really attacking the middle third at all. And I think that's because of the midfield rotation. I wish we more or less have the back four set. I mean, I know we have five, sometimes six maybe, if Richie Ryan would get that. But it looks like our back four is set, but our midfield is so rotated so much, and I think that's kind of the cause of some of our defensive woes.
Defensive woes, yes, but I think offensively, it's led to more goals. The rotation, the fact that they have played with each other a little bit more throughout the season, rather than it being a set group that, doesn't have the I don't know, maybe I guess rapport would be the good word there. No, all of them have played so well with one another. Offensively, it's working, but you're right. I think defensively, I'm sure Alan Koch is looking at it thinking, well, okay, if we concede one, great, because he knows they're going to go out and score 2 or 3 goals a match.
Yeah, the midfield the midfield's very strange, right? Because you could tell some games Allen hardly even uses the deep mid. It's just go forward, go forward, go forward. And then other games we have more of a defensive mindset. This is not a system that relies on one type of play. Like tonight. Tonight, for example, I think the midfield is destroying Richmond. Granted, it's Richmond. And the only goal came from the back four because they were shooting balls over them and they mistimed their the run in, and it was clearly the fault of the defenders. So, it's just all about how we're playing. I really think.
Well, we appreciate the call, buddy, and enjoy the rest of the game tonight if they ever get it in.
Thanks. See you.
All right, we've got phone lines open on the King's Hammer hotline. The Coney Phone tonight as we're live during this weather delay. FC Cincinnati leading 3-1 in the 59th minute. We have not gotten word on when this match will be restarted, or I shouldn't say restarted, picked back up is the more appropriate term. So we'll continue to update that as we know more. This is your chance, though, to chime in and have your say. 513-399-KICK is the number to get in touch with us. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you are on CST. Welcome.
Hey, Subs. Hey, Boston. It's Andy again.
Hey,
Hope
what's
you
up, Andy?
all are well.
We're doing well.
Not a whole lot. Filling some time, I see. You guys do a great job. Great analysis as normal. I just thought I'd call in and see if you had some opinions on a couple things. Haven't heard you talk about the USL's new format, if you will, or new branding, and was wondering what your thoughts were on that.
That's a good question. I actually kind of dig it. And at halftime, they aired this little, I don't know if you want to call it a promo. I guess it was a promo. Yeah. They, advertising the new branding and the new leagues. And as much as we were excited about, FC Cincinnati making the jump to Major League Soccer, there is a very, very small part of me that kind of wishes that we were sticking around USL. And the reason I say that is because I really do feel like Jake Edwards gets it. I feel like he is always looking to improve the league. And I'm not saying that Don Garber isn't, but I think that there are different motives there with Don Garber. Whereas I think Jake Edwards genuinely wants to improve how soccer is played here in this country. So a very small part of me is going to miss being in USL, playing in some of these smaller markets. I don't know. That's just my take. I'll add this here, and then you can chime in here too, Boston, if you want. I think the rebranding and how everything is shifting is maybe slightly leaning towards eventual promotion and relegation. I know we're not there yet, and I know it's a hot topic, but I would love to see that someday. I would love to see teams like Louisville, teams like Indy, have a chance to play and get promoted up into Major League Soccer, because there are markets that deserve to be playing in the top level of soccer. Boston, you want to chime in on the rebranding?
Boy, you're a dreamer.
Yeah. Oh, I know. It's a long shot.
I like putting everything under one umbrella because I work with a PDL team, and the PDL seems to be this forgotten area of soccer, and it's got its problems because it competes kind of with the NCAA for college players, and for instance, our team, the Cincinnati Dutch Lions, loses some of their best players halfway through the season because the colleges call them back. So there's still some issues there, but I still like the putting them under one umbrella because I feel like that's legitimizing it a little bit more. So I think the biggest winners here are D3 and PDL. I'm not a huge fan of USL being called the championship because I think it just makes it harder for teams that are marketing, especially like the Pittsburghs and these teams like Penn FC that we struggle to get people already, and then you're telling them, hey, we're playing a championship game every week. No.
Well,
that's the
and you know why they did that, right? I mean, the second tier in England is called the Championship.
No, I totally get it, but we're not marketing to people that understand
sure
British soccer. We're under, these teams, these USL teams. Keep in mind the league average is 4,500, 5,000. We're trying to attract Americans, to soccer for the first time. And I feel like that's my only complaint. I like League One. I like League Two. I feel like those are understandable names. Championship, that one word is really my only problem with this.
Yeah, I guess that championship doesn't bother me as much, knowing how it works over in England, and I could see where that could cause some confusion. But I do like League One and I like League Two as well.
Yeah, I concur. And Subes, everything you said about the small markets and kind of the grassroots, I agree with you about Edwards. I do think they got a good heartbeat. I do think that one of their best moves in the future would be promotion and relegation. The one thing that we all have to remember is, some of the pitches that we play on are just atrocious. I mean, Blue City is horrendous.
But it won't be. I mean, they're building a stadium, and that's a big – And Jake Edwards is a big reason why markets like Louisville are investing in soccer stadiums. That would have never happened 6 or 7 years ago.
Agreed. But let's say the three of us put together a soccer club, and we start in the PDL, and we get promoted up to 3, and then we go up to 2. And we're still building our stadium, and we're, the thing that amazes me, even in the USLs, they don't play on even college pitches. That would be much better than Louisville's got some nice soccer pitches down there, around the University of Louisville. I don't understand, why they didn't use that. Why didn't they actually, the old Cardinal Stadium, which is down along 65 there, if you're familiar with where that's at, about halfway to the airport. That's sitting out there to the right side. Why didn't they just grab that sucker and remake it into a soccer only stadium? I mean, that's my concern. So you get some good teams. You get some following. You have the grassroots. You have the Detroit City FC type of clubs. They make it up into the next, but they don't have the resources to create that good environment and that professional pitch. And so, do you make that as part of if you win your league and you move up a league, you have to have a better pitch. That's a lot to throw on a club, but that I think is one of its weak spots. But I totally agree, honestly, with everything you said. So, by the way, Subes, did you catch Phil Foden's, did you see that? He played pretty good for Man City the other day.
I don't want to talk about any Premier League teams. I'm as a United fan, I just want to just crawl in a hole and hide. And by the way, I'm not lumping you in here on this because I don't know what it is, but all of a sudden these Liverpool fans think that they've won the world, right? Well, they lost today against Chelsea in the whatever, the Carabao, however you say that word, Cup. But I'll tell you what, with every Manchester United loss, I hear about it. Again, Liverpool fan, I don't know what Liverpool fans are so excited about. They have not won a trophy in forever. So when you win something, then come talk to me. Around. Yeah, right. So win something first, then come talk to me. Until then, you have nothing to talk about except that you have a good start to the Premier League season. Let's see where you are at in January and February.
Yeah, and I was at Lowe's the other day. I had on my Man City, my blue and orange Man City jersey, and this Liverpool fan comes up, starts riding me. I'm like, what the French toast sticks is going on here? Yeah. I'm like,
well, that's
dude, really?
Well, that's where we've come to. I mean, look, would this have happened 6 or 7 years ago if you were wearing that jersey at Lowe's? I don't know if that it would have.
I don't know if I would have had that jersey 6 or 7 years ago at Lowe's. But with that said,
yes.
Now, the last thing I had on my list was, of course, this beautiful Olympico by Ledesma. My gosh, that's the second one, by the way.
Yes.
Remember, they had the first one. I don't recall the team, but it was right in front of your mom and I. And I don't know if you hear us over there every once in a while. You hear Marco down in the corner. That's me starting that.
Nice.
Then everybody in 118 yells Olympico. So,
that might have been against Richmond.
That might have been. It might have been. He definitely had one, and they called it back on some baloney penalty call in the box.
Yeah, they called it a foul in the box, which we watched 100 times. There wasn't one.
Definitely one. Could never see that Boston. Nope, never saw it. So
well,
listen, gents, I'm going to jump back on and watch you on the old interweb there. You guys have a great night. Be well. Thanks for all you do.
Thanks, buddy. We appreciate the call.
You got it. Yeah. Take care.
We've got phone lines open on the Coney phone. Give us a ring, 513-399-KICK. Jamie on Facebook giving me some heat. Liverpool's loss was to Chelsea, whereas Manchester United's loss was to Derby County.
Just to clarify,
look, anyway, win something first, Liverpool fans, all right? Anyway, let's move on.
I can't even get involved in that. I'm not a big EPL guy, but one thing to clarify on the not that it matters much longer, but on the Lou City issue, they did try to go to the Cardinal Stadium. Louisville, the university, kind of feels like their competition, so they didn't have the strength and the allyship, I guess, of the UC FCC relationship, and so but they did play at a Louisville stadium in the U.S. Open Cup, and I will admit it was pretty cool. I kind of it's too small, but I kind of see what he was saying there.
Yeah, the pitch there is a problem, and they know it, which is why they're building their own stadium, which is great. I think it's great for the USL. I think it's great for lower league soccer here in this country. I'm excited to see what the rebranding potentially means for teams like the Cincinnati Dutch Lions, the Dayton Dutch Lions. So we'll continue to see how that goes next year. Unfortunately, FC Cincinnati will not be a part of it, and it was odd seeing all the promotional teams and showing all the colors, and there was no orange and blue. It was a little weird. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Ken, our stats guy, by the way, has thrown in. It was Charlotte that Emmanuel Ledesma's Olympico was robbed from him. So
thank you, Ken. Appreciate that. We've got phone lines open. 513-399-KICK. 513-399-KICK. We'll continue to see if we can get an update on where we stand in the weather delay. If you're just joining us late, we did actually hear from the voice of FC Cincinnati, Tom Galerter, a little bit earlier on here this evening on the Coney phone. Even he was unsure when we were going to get started. In fact, he was going to be ordering food. So take that for what that means. If you didn't get a chance to watch the match tonight on ESPN3 or wherever you may be watching it, whether that be, I believe it's on Star 64 there in the Queen City, FC Cincinnati getting out to an early lead on a goal from Nazmi Abadawi, which Boston correctly predicted last night was going to eventually happen. He had been sitting on 9 goals for quite a while, finally broke that streak and got a goal. He's now got 10 on the year. And then Ledesma followed it up with 2 of his own. He now has 16 goals on the year, which equals a club record set by Sean Okoli back in 2016. So Ledesma now with potentially 30 more minutes tonight and 3 more matches to potentially set the all-time single-season record for not just assists this year, but goals as well. Easily cementing his name on the USL MVP trophy. I know there's some guys playing really well in this league. Cameron Lancaster for Louisville has 21 goals this year, putting up a USL MVP type season for him. But anytime you can contribute to over 30 goals for your team this year, he's now been played a hand in 31 of the if my math is correct, they had 62 going into tonight, and now it's 65. He's contributed on 31 of the 65 goals FC Cincinnati has scored this year. Tells you all you need to know.
Yep. I like making the safe bets, Subes. We'll see Audie in the playoffs. We'll see Ledesma in the playoffs. Since my streak's hot, I'm just going to kind of take these easy bets now. But no, we actually had some really cool information. I wanted to run this by you. We had some cool information tweeted at us during the match. I think you know that there is a USL rule that says a player must play 5 games to be eligible for the playoffs, and one of those games must fall before the USL roster freeze. We meet all of our players meet that roster freeze qualification, but however, Paul Kanate is our only player. He's sitting at 3 games. Audie is 5. Alashe is 7. So Paul Kanate has to come in at least 2 more games to be eligible for the playoffs.
He was on the bench tonight, I believe. I thought I saw him on the bench for FC Cincinnati. Maybe you give him a run tonight, even if it's for just the 10 minutes that they need to get this game official. Just get him out there. And then you're right. Yeah, that's an interesting number. And obviously you're going to want him available for the postseason run. So I think you're going to see him play probably, my guess is Saturday night against Indy. Obviously Blake Smith has played a ton of minutes this year, and he's, by the way, I think Blake Smith has had a really good year at left back.
Oh yeah,
considering where I go back to that first Louisville game, and I think we all remember that match. Man, he had a rough night, and it could have easily gone in the tank. I know Lance Lang at that time could have potentially been the replacement at left back. Mm-hmm. He didn't take that opportunity, but Blake Smith, from that moment, has gotten really, I would say he's gotten much better in orange and blue this year. Yeah,
I agree. And I think you need that backup. And Paul Kanate is that guy. If Blake Smith goes down in the playoffs, where do we go? At the moment with Lance Lang loaned out. And, hey, that is something we need to look at, too. Lance Lang is loaned out till the end of the season. Well, it's looking like San Antonio's season is going to be over at the last game because I don't think they're making the playoffs. So I wonder what happens to him. Does he come back to Cincy? Or does he just get stuck in limbo until we're done?
That's a good question. That is a good question.
USL loans, they're the biggest mystery out there.
If Pa Kanate does not meet the match requirements, I think what you'll do is you'll see Hoyt slide to the left. If, for some reason, in an emergency, you need to replace Blake Smith and Matt Boehner at right back. So maybe this is something that Alan Koch isn't completely worried about. Who knows? But we're very thankful for that because you're right. We had talked about some of the moves that other teams around the USL had made and wondering ourselves whether those guys were going to be eligible to play in the USL playoffs. The deadline, I believe, was this past Friday to add people to your roster. But yeah, and so we were worried about other teams. We didn't think about some of the guys currently on our roster. So hopefully we can get Kanate to that 5-match threshold so that he would be eligible for the 2018 postseason for FC Cincinnati. All right, here we are. We're at the 59th minute in a second half rain delay. Brian Weigel giving us an update. He's thinking it's going to be closer to 10:30 that we get things kicked back off in Richmond. He says there's still lightning in the area, so it might be a while.
Yeah, we got conflicting reports. Pat Brennan said 20 minutes on Twitter.
Oh, how long ago was that?
Just a few minutes ago. So okay. He said 2025. So I don't know. I don't know if he's down there. If he's down there, obviously, I would take his word for it. But if he's up here with us, we might all be guessing. So we'll try to get some clarification for you.
Yeah. Well, let's do this. Let's have some fun on social media, shall we, Boston? I know you're a big social media guy. Can we try to get CST Coney Phone, hashtag CST Coney Phone, trending on Twitter tonight? Can we do that here leading up to the resumption of this match tonight? If you're watching us live on Facebook and YouTube, we all know you're on Twitter. We know it. Get on the Twitter and hashtag us. Hit us up at Cincy Soccer Talk. Hashtag CST Coney Phone. Let's get this bad boy trending. And by the way, while you're at it, hit the like button on Facebook. Share this bad boy. Let people know about the Coney Phone and what it is that we do here. So we've got phone lines open. 513-399-KICK, 513-399-KICK. Let us know where you're watching from. Chime in. What do you make of this Manu Ledesma character? He's pretty good at soccer. I don't know if you're new to this, but he kind of knows what he's doing for FC Cincinnati. So get in touch, 513-399-KICK. If you're watching us and you don't want to call in and you have a question for us, you can hit us up. We're monitoring the YouTube and the Facebook chats. Noah says on YouTube, he says 10 minutes till warm-ups. And then Tommy G says he's coming back. Apparently, this is from Evan Berryman on YouTube. Says Tommy G starts back up at 9:38 p.m. So maybe we're not too far away.
No, I like it. Yeah, usually policy is when you come back from a lightning delay, you give them about 10 minutes to warm up and then get going. But you still have to wait, obviously the 30 minutes after the last strike. So we're probably, if they're moving, I guess they're thinking the last strike has happened.
Yeah. So I'm kind of monitoring. Oh, we have a tweet here from the Richmond Kickers. The players are coming back out, warm-ups, and then we will get back to this in the 59th minute. That was at 9:31, so that was 3 minutes ago.
All right.
I think that must mean we should wrap things up. We probably aren't too far away from proceedings resuming there at Richmond. Boston, thanks for being with me on the Coney Phone tonight. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, this was a blast. I love the Coney Phone. It's been a long time. I haven't done one this year, but I did one back in either 16 or 17. So, but
yeah,
awesome.
The Coney Phones are fun. If only. Oh, we do have one caller. Let's go to this caller before we wrap up, shall we, Boston?
All right, let's do it.
All right. Hi, you're on CST.
Hey, how you guys doing?
We're good. How about you? Who's this?
It's Justin from. I'm actually a UC student.
Hey, Justin. What's going on?
Hey, I just this is a question outside of FC Cincinnati, but if you guys were the commissioners of U.S. soccer in totality, what would you guys do to increase our strength in the world stage and make us contenders in 2022 and in 2026?
Did you just ask us to solve U.S. soccer at the last call? Man, that's a tough one.
Wow. That is a tough question, Justin. I would say this. I think, for me, you got to go young. The youth has to be playing now. I don't want to see guys featuring for the U.S. men's national team right now that are any older than 23 or 24. Experience counts. Get these youngsters playing against high-quality international opponents. A lot of these guys are playing over in Europe already. For European teams, whether that be in Germany or England or France. Get these youngsters playing regularly for the U.S. men's national team. I don't want to see – I think part of the problem we saw with the last qualifying group we had a lot of aging, mediocre players kind of hanging around the system for U.S. men's soccer. And this is not to slouch – Clint Dempsey, who was an ambassador for soccer in this country. He will go down as one of the greats in this country. But I think he was past his prime. I think Michael Bradley, I have opinions on him that I just don't have enough time on tonight because this match is going to kick back off here. I think he was probably shouldn't have been playing. Probably shouldn't have been playing for the last few years for the U.S. men's national team. But I think you got to go young. I think one thing that would be beneficial, I don't think it'll happen, but I would like to see Major League Soccer mandate more American players on Major League Soccer rosters. We saw this happen a few years ago in Germany in the Bundesliga, and look what happened. Germany went on to win a World Cup, and they started to be more dominant, even more dominant than they already were in the world scene. So that's just my brief on-the-spot analysis of U.S. men's soccer, Justin.
And I would answer you if we had more time.
Go ahead, Justin.
Go ahead. Well, I don't want to press you guys too hard, but I think it's a pretty common question going around is what we can do to solve the obvious problem with not a lot of young, U.S. athletes going to soccer and growing the growing the youth program. So
Yeah.
I didn't want to press you guys too hard, but it's certainly a question that a lot of people have. So
Yeah, it's a big pressing question. We didn't even get into pay for play. Oh my gosh. So,
Absolutely,
but
yeah.
you're right. But yeah, we appreciate you calling in and keep studying hard down there at UC, buddy.
absolutely. Thank you guys so much.
All right, thank you. We've got 4 minutes till the match resumes there at Richmond per FC Cincinnati Twitter. 9:42 is when things will resume. Thank you to everybody who tuned in. Boston was a lot of fun. You got some rest for your thumbs. Now you can get back to tweeting tonight for us here for CST. Thank you to everybody who tuned in on Facebook and on YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, wherever you were tonight. Thank you for doing that. We appreciate it. Coney phones are always a blast. We just need to work on the certain chili company down in Cincinnati sponsoring the Coney phone.
Yep. We provide lightning rods if you sponsor us.
Team goals for 2019. For Boston, Razzle Dazzle Brazzle, I'm Subs. Enjoy the rest of the match and go FCC. We out.